Good morning and welcome to VOP TV, VOP News Update at 9. I'm Moses Humphrey. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, says the Southeast geopolitical zone, just like any other zone in the country, will be taken care of by the Tinubu-led administration. He said the federal government has great confidence in the leadership of the Southeast geopolitical zone, adding that the zone has nothing to worry about. Senator Akpabio disclosed this in an interview with newsmen at St. Michael's Catholic Parish, Mbeke, Ishieke in Ebonyi, local government area of Ebonyi State, during a Thanksgiving and Empowerment program organized by the Deputy Chief Whip, Senator Onyekachi Nwebonyi. Senator Akpabio, represented by his deputy, Senator Jibrin Barayu, urged the people of the region to be calm, stressing that the region would be duly taken care of under the Tinubu-led administration. He said the president is committed to even distribution of projects among the zone. The Minister of Interior, Honorable Olubunmi Tunjojo, has clarified his alleged involvement in an alleged 438.1 million naira consultancy contract between New Planet Project Limited and the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation under the suspended minister, Betta Edu. Recall that the president suspended Dr. Edu over corruption allegations on Monday. Shortly after Dr. Edu's suspension, reports emerged that the minister paid a company owned by the Minister of Interior a total amount of 438.1 million naira for consultancy services. The company, New Planet Project Limited, was one of the numerous consultants awarded contracts from the 3 billion naira given out by the suspended minister for the National Social Register contract. The Minister of Interior explains that he is just a shareholder in the company and not the owner. Doctors under the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, says they will pay no attention to a directive by the Medical Dental Council of Nigeria, warning practitioners against strike actions. The NMA also threatened to withdraw its services across health institutions in the country if the federal government fails to implement the upward review of the consolidated medical salary structure by January 31, 2024. The association's president, Dr. Uche Ojimma, stated this on Monday evening in response to a directive by the Medical Dental Council of Nigeria warning doctors against shutting down healthcare services during strike actions. Dr. Ojimma said it clear that nobody will tell doctors how to defend themselves unless they have taken over the responsibility of defending Nigerian doctors. He questioned how Medical Dental Council of Nigeria will tell doctors not to fight for their salaries, and the council didn't even issue a letter to demand equal pay with senators or judges, or what is being paid in America. In a related development, the managing director of the Nigerian Ports Authority, Mohammed Bello Koko, says the agency has brokered peace between the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria and the operators in the oil and gas industry over non-compliance with stevedoring regulations. Mr. Bello Koko, while announcing this in a statement, appealed to members of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria to suspend their planned strike. Recall that the maritime workers last week threatened to shut the nation's seaports, jetties, and oil and gas platforms on Tuesday, which is today, over what it described as the continued refusal of the international oil companies and stevedoring contractors to comply with the stevedoring extant laws. Their grievances include a lack of access to work locations, the lack of remittance of 3% union levy by stevedores. The union also complained that it had written a series of letters, press releases, ultimatums, marine notices, and several ministerial orders, but all were ignored, even as they blamed the NPA for allowing the IOCs to operate without control. However, Reacting to this, Mr. Bello Koko said the agency would do all it takes to ensure peace and industrial harmony among the groups. We'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll have more for you. The governor of Taraba State, Dr. Agbu Kefers, has disclosed plans by his administration to make master's degree the minimum academic qualification for anyone wishing to teach in the state secondary schools. For primary school, Governor Kefers said the minimum academic qualification will be a university degree. The governor stated this during a dinner with journalists in Jalingo on Sunday. Governor Keffer said the current era, when the National Certificate of Education is the minimum academic qualification for primary school teachers, will soon be over. He added that the study of history as a subject would be reintroduced in the basic education curriculum in schools in the state. The governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, has called for a strict enforcement of weight regulations on Nigerian roads to protect road infrastructure and human lives. The governor made the call following the attitude of traders and heavy-duty vehicle owners plying the Maiduguri-Gamburu-Ngala road with loads exceeding 100 tons, a development he said was responsible for the state of the roads. Governor Zulum, who was speaking at Gamburu Town, Ngala Local Government Council, described the attitude of heavy-duty vehicle owners as economic sabotage. He noted that the excessive strain that heavy-duty trucks place on the road leads to accelerated deterioration, saying that only strict enforcement of weight regulations will solve the problems. The Borno State governor expressed concern over the long-term consequences of this practice, emphasizing that it undermines the federal government's efforts to improve and expand the state's infrastructure, hindering economic progress and development. The All Progressives Congress APC has released its timetable and schedule of activities for the 21st September 2024 gubernatorial election in Edo State. The timetable, which was signed by the party's national organizing secretary, Sulaiman Agungu, was released on Monday. The sale of nominations, expression of interest, and delegates' forms for contestants into a Edo governorship election begins on the 10th of January 2024 and ends on the 29th of January 2024. The party pegged expression of interest and nomination forms for the governorship election at 50 million naira. Also, female aspirants and persons living with disabilities will pay for expression of interest, while the nomination form is free. The primary elections to pick the party's flag bearer are slated for February 17, 2024. OGC Nice forward Terem Murphy will take the place of Victor Boniface in Super Eagles squad for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. But Boniface picked up a groin injury in training and has been ruled out of the 2023 AFCON finals, where the 23-year-old expected to be sidelined for around 6 weeks. The former Union St. Galois striker will now fly back to Germany to begin treatment on the injury. The Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, will now await the approval of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, to register Murphy for the AFCON. The 24-year-old was a shock omission from the Super Eagles final squad. He has scored 4 goals in 12 appearances for the 3-time African champions. In a related development, Super Eagles coach Joseph Pesero has disclosed that Kelechi Iheanacho will now join the rest of the Super Eagles squad for the AFCON after he completed his treatment for a muscular injury. The striker was injured at his English club and stayed back to recover fully for the AFCON, which kicks off on Saturday in Abidjan. The Super Eagles will open their 2023 AFCON against Equatorial Guinea on Sunday, 14th January at 3 p.m. before taking on hosts Ivory Coast on Thursday, 18th January. And the last group match will be against Guinea-Bissau on Monday, January 22. And that's a wrap up with the VOP News Update at 9. I'm Moses Humphrey. Thanks for staying with us. Good morning.